Everyone, welcome back to Breslov Efrat here at Shira David, Baruch Hashem. Another mamish beautiful day, sun, nice beautiful day here in Eretz Yisrael. Someday, all the Jews around the world will join us here. And hopefully they'll do that before they're forced to do that. Okay. Yeah, I was talking to somebody yesterday. I said it's a strange thing with Jews. You know, we were thrown out of many countries, right? Many countries. I mean, the thing that the Rambam writes that we were living. His family was in Cordova, Spain, for nearly 1,000 years. Right? Nearly 1,000 years. Could you imagine that? That's what the Rambam writes. And then they got thrown out. I try to imagine what kind of infrastructure they must have built over those years, right?
Yeah.
Jewish infrastructure, right? The yeshivas, the mikvahs, even whatever technology, but 1,000 years. Wow. And then they got thrown out, right? We got thrown out of Poland. We got thrown out of many places, right? Right? And then we got killed. Okay. Why do we have to wait always to get thrown out?
Well, before we had nowhere to go, hardly. But now we got a great place to go.
Well, we had a place to go. We just didn't know how to make.
Didn't know how to make it work. Right. Right, all right.
It was always here.
Right?
Yeah.
Thank God for the first
All
comers.
the places that are good to Jews, like in America.
Yeah.
So firstly, you had a lot of assimilation. And,
The assimilation rate, they say now, is over 90%.
It's not a lot.
It's over 90.
More politics, yeah.
It's over 90% now.
and now you have all the anti-Semitism also, anyway.
Right.
So,
Well, the anti-Semitism is probably coming from those that were intermarried.
Franz Josef was very, very good to the Jewish people when it was the empire.
Right.
So I heard this once, the neighboring kings said to them, we're very dead for Jews, so we have a lot of anti-Semitism. We persecute them. Why do you treat the Jews so nicely? So he said, listen, you get rid of the Jews your way, I'll get rid of the Jews my way.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah.
They were nice to us everywhere.
It was a big machlokes when Napoleon was in power. Also, is it good for Jews? Not good for Jews, right? Because he gave rights. And was that good for Jews? The Balatanya wasn't sure. He was okay, whatever. Listen, Mitzvah Hashem, people will have the right ideas the same way Hashem put the ideas in our heads to come over here. Maybe Hashem will, right? Mitzvah Hashem. Okay. Anyway, we're learning Likutey Halachos Hilchos Netilas Yadayim. We're in Halacha Vov, and today we're up to letter Mem Tes, which is 49 for those who are following along. Okay, so it's 6:49. All right, 49 is great because we want to get to the 49th level of Kedusha, and then 50 when Shiach comes to Mitzvah Hashem. Okay, Mem Tes. Ve'ikar hamshochas hadas hakodesh. If you want to draw this das hakodesh, right, to recognize that no matter where, what is, everything, Hashem is there with you, right? If you want to get this das hakodesh, hu lohoya belev kol echad mi Yisrael, and you want to shine this into the hearts of every Jew, would that be beautiful, right? Wow. Eich shehu ba'omek hagolos. How that person could be in the depths of their golas. What kinds of golas, he says? Beguf, right? They can have, people can be very sick, they're dealing with different ailments, different sicknesses, different things, right? And then sometimes people, they want to give up, right? They just want to give up. You have sometimes people, v'nefesh, right? The nefesh elikus, right? Person's struggling spiritually. Right? He just feels. He tries again, and he tries again, and he tries. He's not getting anywhere. Right? Or the guy, or mamaman, or people have financial difficulties. I think everyone can relate to that, right? Right? Maman, right?
Everyone can.
I said everyone can relate to
It's
that.
not just a lack. The huge problem is that people with a lot of money, they're a mess.
They're a mess. Yes, sure,
They're a mess.
sure.
So it's a financial exile.
It's just the
ones that
same.
have
It's
too much
just,
and the
they're
ones
all,
that have too
they're all equal. They're all equal.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
Yeah, the word they're going to lose.
The common denominator-
They're going to lose it.
The common denominator is they have a problem.
That's
Right?
it.
They have a problem, right?
That's
Some
it.
people, it manifests in the way of health, in spirituality, and sometimes it's financial. But either way, that's a problem. Right? Apel P, Cain. Lo yisyosh atzmai min harachmim. Never give up on HaKadosh Baruch Hu's rachmim. He's the Baal HaRachmim. Right? HaKadosh Baruch Hu has rachmanis. We always ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu to give us the rachmanis that we can understand. Right? Right? We always ask, we learned about that, right? We ask Hashem, please, can you give us the rachmanis that we can relate to? Right? Because by HaKadosh Baruch Hu, everything he does is rachmanis. Everything he does. Right? Everything he does is rachmanis. But the problem is, we can't relate to his rachmanis. So we ask Hashem to give us the rachmanis that we can relate to. Right? Because kol mada ovid rachman l'tav ovid, right? We know that principle. Chazal teach us. Everything Hashem does, he does for good. He does for good, right? That means all of the problems and then all the things that we hear about in the world, Hashem is doing for the good. But sometimes to us, it's very hard for us to stomach the goodness of Hashem. So we ask Hashem to please give us goodness and kindness that we can relate to. Ki hadai and Hashem imai. Teach the person that Hashem is still with you. So if you meet somebody, then they tell you that you go visit them in the hospital and they're doing not so good. Hashem is with you. That's it. Remind them that. Very simple. Hashem is with you in this problem. Turn to Hashem. You're not going to get the Yeshua from the doctor. You're not going to get it from the nurse or from whoever they have there, right? You're going to get it from Hashem. Teach people to turn to Hashem. Person's having a financial problem. Turn to Hashem.
And I'm thinking of those soldiers we learned about in the hospital with no arms, no legs.
I have a friend of mine. He's in Yerushalayim. He lives in Lakewood and he's in Yerushalayim. And he told me that he was in business with his father, and his father was a real mammon. He's an older guy. This guy must be about he's probably close to 80 now. Okay, so he's going back a little while, and he said he was in business with his father, and he says, many times business, over the years, sometimes gets a little bit the business gets a little tight, right? So he was controlling the book. He was doing the books. So he presented to his father a thing. We'll cut out a little bit of this tzedakah, a little bit of this one. We'll give everyone tzedakah. We'll just cut it down. His father said, no.
Increase it.
No. He says, you could cut back all these other things. Maybe cut these other things back a little more. But tzedakah, we don't cut anything out. Most people think the other way around. They think, I have a financial problem, so I'll give less charity. It's a big mussar haskell to know that. Right?
I don't know I have much faith, but I would suggest it might be better to increase charity.
You can, yes. That's a very good idea. Yeah. That's a good idea. Because Hashem says with all mitzvahs, he says when it comes to charity and it comes to this, he probably, yes, he gives you, yes. So if you want to make money, so give charity. Yeah.
Maybe tzedakah in the Gemara, it's 10 to 20% between those two.
Yeah.
Maybe one should not give more than 20.
No, if you have more,
You can listen. This is what is the minimum you give. You give meiser, right, with 10%, and then you can give another. You give up to a chaimish. A chaimish, which is a 20%. Chaimish, 20%. Okay.
But if you're worth $20 billion, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah. So you give 20% of the $20 billion. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Why? Because no matter where you are, whatever problem is, Hashem is in that situation. Right? So if the person has a health issue, Hashem is there with him, mamash. Because he's in that problem. He's there with him, mamash. And if the person is having a spiritual problem, certainly Hashem is there. He has his neshama. And if the person is dealing with any kind of financial problem, well, HaKadosh Baruch Hu controls all the money in the world. He controls all the money. So turn to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and see your salvation. Ba'al yishma l'shum hasosa v'dechiyah sheroitzim acherim oy hamachshava shebelibay lohasis ladiach oisai chas v'shalom me'Hashem yisbarach. Don't listen to anybody that's going to tell you, this is the way you do it. Don't listen to them. Right? Everyone will give you advice, right? Right? When it comes to health, this guy will tell you this, to take this is good for you, this, to take. Everyone has all the kind of advice. Right? But HaKadosh Baruch Hu has the real advice, and we need to always rely on HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I'm not saying don't take your medication and do, no. You do what you have to do, of course. But realize that the fact that the medication will work, it's only because you're relying on HaKadosh Baruch Hu that the organ that needs the help, that can be absorbed, like we learned about eating the food, right? When you eat the food, if you eat the food you're connecting to Hashem, recognizing that you're eating in a spiritual way, so then the blood can then transport all the nutrients to all the organs, and then the person can be spiritually and physically healthier, right? So to with this, okay.
So when talking about this, I've heard some people say about certain things, and I don't remember what they are because I don't want to buy into it, that there are certain things you cannot do tshuva for.
It's not true.
But some people say that.
No, you can do tshuva for anything. Yeah, they say that, but emes lamita. No. Okay, because there's emes, right? In truth, yeah, you can't do tshuva, but the truths, you can do tshuva. Okay, all right. Kilu kfar ofes tikva chas v'shalom, as if there's no hope. Oh, there we go. The guy has spiritual problems, right? Hey, there's no hope. Look what you did. You did this. No tshuva. You're done. Finished. Throw in the towel. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him.
One thing.
You what?
One thing he had to choose for.
Yeah.
If he was suicide.
Okay. Okay. All right, Shalom, that was good. Okay, the guy commits suicide. He can't do tshuva. Okay. Okay.
Or if he dies of a heart attack, he can't do tshuva either.
That's true too. Okay. Now we're talking about the guy's alive. But yeah. Ki loy kenu ki gam ata adayin Hashem yisbarach imcha HaKadosh Baruch Hu is still with you. Got it? That's the main point. No matter what it was, no matter what you've done, remember HaKadosh Baruch Hu set that person up to do that thing, to see what he's going to do. See, we always blame ourselves for doing all the things we did, right? But really, the truth is HaKadosh Baruch Hu set up all of the parameters of everything that the person would be in order for him to stumble into this thing. Okay, what are you going to do now? Are you going to give up, or are you going to come back? It's fascinating when you really understand it. People think, "Oh, I did this." Really? Okay. Right? There's This is a pasuk in Shir Hashirim. Shir Hashirim is so amazing. The Song of Songs, right? Shir Hashirim. Shemesisim oisam sheyashuvu chas v'shalom aleihim. Hey, they seduced, come with us. Like you were saying about what was his name? The king? Franz Josef, right? Right? He said, no, I'll do it my way. Come with me. We'll teach you. I'll teach you the right way.
Filled with kindness.
Yeah. Sheperish Rashi Sham Shemeshivin Yisrael Ma Techezu Bashulam is Kemechilis Hamachanayim. Right? So So what do we do? What we'd say back to them, what greatness can you give us? What greatness can you show us? We were in the desert with HaKadosh Baruch Hu for 40 years with our circle. Right? We had our degalim, we had our flags, we had everything. Hashem it's all by Hashem. What are you going to give us? We already have the Torah. We know it. And the Nevi'im have proven to us that everything that what's going to be. We see today the nevuah of the Navi Zechariah, right? Zechariah said that you're going to see Yerushalayim. It's going to come, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to make the city, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to protect the city, and the city is not going to be, when Zechariah was, you had the old city, right? The old city was the whole Jerusalem. There was nothing else, right? There was nothing else to Jerusalem. That was the city. Biblical Jerusalem is the old city, right? The whole old city. Not the way they divide it up now. Right? The whole old city was Jerusalem. And it was walled. But now we know Yerushalayim is very it expanded with no walls.
I'm sorry, what is Shulamit?
What?
What is Shulamit?
What did they translate it in there?
Shulamit.
Yeah, there you go. Showing completeness.
Oh.
So the Navi said, he said like this. He said that you're going to see the people are going to be, and Yerushalayim is going to become a respected place, right? Who would have ever thought, right? 200 years ago, if you had said to somebody, Yerushalayim is going to be a big metropolis city. There's going to be a light rail running through it and all of the things that they have in Europe. It's amazing. Right? It's truly amazing. It's truly amazing. But you see the nevuah coming true. Right? You see the nevuah coming true. It made no sense when he said that.
And even more so, the desert is flourishing into greenery. It's coming alive. You can see it.
Yeah.
I mean, right, I think Edgar Allan Poe, he came to here.
Yeah.
Completely barren, nothing here.
Nothing here, and then we get fruits and vegetables and and flowers, and well, it's amazing. But you see the nevuah is mamish coming true, right? So so they're going to tell you, come to us. So what am I going to go to you for? Yeah, look, Hashem is giving us everything we need. Why do I need to go to you? How could you seduce us? Lisrachik me Hashem Yisbarach Chas v'Shalom Machmas Meriras Oimek HaGolos. Oh, you're making the Golos so difficult for us, right? So you want us to come to you, but we realize that. What are we're going to still turn back to Hashem. Haloik kvar yesh lanu kedushas mechoiles hamachanayim shehem kedushas hadegolim. We still have our circles, and we traveled in the circle in the desert. Right, we traveled in that way with our flags. We learned about the flags yesterday, right? How beautiful the flags were. Each flag had a different color connected to the color of the stone that was on the breastplate, right? The breastplate had the different stones, and everyone was so amazed by their flag because each person has their own color, so to say, when to how to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and everyone is so special, right?
Rabbi, do we have those flags today? How do they look like?
I don't know what they look like. I don't know. Yossi, do we have any flags today?
We do.
We do?
It could be that they're referring to something else. Meaning, I'm familiar with flags that have colors and a symbol on it.
Yeah.
That I'm familiar. If you're going to say that, no, we're talking about flags that
No, I know. He's referring to these flags that we had in the desert.
for the shvatim.
Yeah.
That's correct. So I'm familiar with these flags that we have that are different colors.
Right.
And on the flag itself is a symbol.
Okay.
If there's other flags, I don't know about.
I don't know if those flags had symbols on them. I think they were just colors.
Okay, you think they were just colors? Yeah. Okay.
But do we have the video? Do we have a picture of? Do we have?
We have a picture. I believe we have a picture of the flags with different colors and symbols on these.
Okay. Yossi knows that stuff. See, that's why I have to ask Yossi. The Baruch Hashem. Shebisham nimshach hagedusha ma shekol echad ve'echad medaber im chaveroi b'yirei shemayim u'meirin zeh lozeh v'zeh lozeh. Each one again. It's so important that we each one talks to has a good friend that he could talk about deep things about how HaKadosh Baruch Hu is in your life, and show your friend you're going through this thing. But really, if you turn to Hashem, is still with you. He can help you. Turn to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Have faith in Hashem, right? Have faith in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And each one can help the other one. Min dain l'dain, each one can help the other one. And that's such an important thing. Ba'al kein shuv ein atem yecholim lohasis alediach oisanu, chas v'shalom. You can't seduce us. You can't fool us. You're not going to be able to fool us to go to you because we see right through you. We know what you want to do. We know what you're trying to do. Me'amitas ha'emes, from the truth of truths. Okay, ki gvar heyer banu das niflo kol kach b'chol echad v'echad meir b'chaveiroi. Shezeh b'chinas kedushas ha'degolim. That's what happened with the flags. Each one saw the other flag, right? And we were mechazik each other. We saw the other flag. We saw the greatness, the beauty in the other person, right? The beauty in the other person. Right? You were saying it before about the letters in the Torah, right? The letters in the Torah, right? Each letter in the Torah is connected to another neshama of Klal Yisrael, 600,000 neshamas, right? Each letter, right? And that letter has in it, there are 600,000 source neshamas. And then there are branches from those neshamas, right? Many branches. That's how we have more Jews today, right? Because it's the 600,000 source neshamas, but from the neshamas, there are many branches. Each neshama is like a tree. And then you have the anof, you have the branches, and the alolim, the leaves, and so on. That's how it works. Okay. And that's how we can be successful, right? We can be successful that way when we all work together and we'll mechazik each other, right? We'll mechazik each other. Any questions on this, to understand this, that it's an important thing to be mechazik each other?
Mechazik? What is it?
Strengthen, give courage, yeah. Encouragement. Encouragement, that's good, yeah. Is that an important thing, right?
So we did an exercise once where there were 6 people and everybody had 6 index cards, and they wrote something that they thought was really great about each of the people in the room.
Okay.
And then they handed the cards to each of the people and they read them out. And we called it strength bombardment. That's what it was called. Give people strength.
Oh, strength bombardment. Oh, bombard them with strength.
Right.
Oh, very good.
And
Okay.
it was an amazing experience.
Yeah, okay, that's a good idea. No, but you did that like that. But you could just call somebody up. You can, and you can have a meet with somebody, and then just be mechazik the person. Okay, Gimel. No. Excuse me. Higam ata she'ein lanu loy mishkan v'loy degalim. Now we have no mishkan, and we don't have any flags. Right? But we have flags, but we don't have these flags.
We have a flag here.
Mm-hmm.
Is the Israeli flag? Is that like?
I have no idea. But
It's
that's
almost like the like the rainbow flag, just the concept. The concept.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
so
okay.
many different colors. And so the concept. You want to tell me someone else takes it and turns it into what they do, but the concept of taking so many different colors, and look, it all comes together, and we're all one. Like we're all one people. That seems to be like.
Yes. What was the symbol Hashem made the rainbow for? What did Hashem tell us?
He's not going to bring a flood.
Right. That means He wanted to bring a flood. But I'll give you the rainbow instead.
Meaning, it's not such a pretty thing.
It is not.
No. He said Hashem says every time I get upset and I want to make a flood, so I won't make the flood. I'll show you a rainbow. But you should know, and I'm really upset.
Not a good sign.
That's
If
funny.
you see a rainbow, you make a bracha.
Yeah.
But you're not supposed to tell someone, hey, come outside, see the rainbow. You're not supposed to do that.
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry, but
Yeah, that's all right.
take a look at take a look at the source in the Torah of rainbow where it introduced it.
Yeah.
The keshes, right? Take a look where it was introduced, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But now we don't have the Mishkan, right? We don't know. Do we know where the Mishkan is?
No, that's you probably never watched this movie, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
No, I didn't watch it.
Harrison, he was looking for the
They're looking for the Mishkan. Did they find it?
That was they didn't find, but that's
Reb Nosson says they didn't find it.
we have some suspicion.
Some people say they know where it is. Rabbi Reddy says that he believes.
He knows where it is, Rabbi Yedi.
I
Okay.
don't know if he personally knows, but someone knows where it is. Somewhere
Okay.
around the.
I know Reb Nosson says here, Ki gam ata she'ein lanu loy Mishkan v'loy degalim v'loy Beis Hamikdash. We don't have any of these things. Right? So we were saying how great the Mishkan was, because the Mishkan was that place that it was, first of all, the Mishkan was the portable Beis Hamikdash, right? No matter where we went with the Mishkan, we were able to set up shop, and then Hashem, we were able to sacrifice the sacrifices in there. We had the Holy of Holies with the Aron in there, right? Where we and then that was the same as the Beis Hamikdash, the first Beis Hamikdash. Second Beis Hamikdash didn't have the Aron in the Holy of Holies, right? We didn't have that. We didn't have the Ark was not in the Holy of Holies in the second temple, only in the first one. Okay, but then when we were traveling, we had our flags, and each thing was there to be mechazik us. Why? Because we remembered that we were connecting this world to the next world. That's what the Beis Hamikdash did. That's what the Mishkan did. Right? We connected, we brought physical animals in this world, right? And then HaKadosh Baruch Hu sent the fire down. So that was connecting this world to this next world, to the upper world. And that's what we're always supposed to be doing. Okay, so we don't have that now. Afal Pichein, Zeh Yadua, Sha'Torah Kadosha Nishara Lanu Hi Kiluya Me'akol. We know that we still have the Torah, and the Torah has everything in there, right? The Torah has all inclusive. So you may not have the Beis Hamikdash, you may not have the flags, you don't have the Mishkan, but we still have the Torah, and then you can learn about the Mishkan, you could learn about the flags, you could learn in Tanakh, you could learn about the Beis Hamikdash, right? Right? So we could learn about these things. Oh, and then whenever it works out that before Shavuos we're reading about the Golem. Isn't that interesting? It always works out like that. We're reading about the Golem. Kanal. So in other words, we know any time that you have the Kriya is also Ma'orer the Zman, right? The Kriya, when you read the Torah, it's Ma'orer, it awakens the holidays, it awakens the feeling of what was going on. So when you read the Mishkan, when you read in the Torah, and you read about the Mishkan, and you read about building the Mishkan, so that Kriya itself is actually making as if it's right there at that time. It's fascinating. Anything. So when we read about the flags, it's as if we have the flags now. And that's why we read it before Shavuos. Because Shavuos is when we're going to connect to the Torah. And we need to connect each other. Shavuos was an amazing time, right? Because we were Ke'ish Echad B'Leiv Echad. Right? We were Ke'ish Echad B'Leiv Echad. We were one. We had unity. Right? This whole system works when we have unity. When we have peri, when we have separation, it doesn't work well. We each one of us has to to draw upon ourselves the holiness of the flag. What the flag means I have to show I am a Jew. Each one of us. And there's something special about me that I have, and there's something special about you that I don't have. You have something I don't have. I have something you don't have. We each have something very special. We're each unique. We are very unique people. Each person is very unique. Is an olam katan by himself. He's his own world. And no two people can show their expression and understand Hashem the same way, right? Everyone understands and has a different relationship with Hashem. No two people understand Hashem the same way. It's fascinating. Kidei sheyizke leizgaber ledabe im chaveirei leyira shemayim b'chol yoim kidei lahoira das hakodesh bo'ilam. In other words, and when you realize that, and you draw upon yourself the holiness of the flag, and you realize everyone else has that, and they have their color, right? Their color, and they show, and they can connect to Hashem in their way, and each person connects to Hashem in a different way. You understand, right? Each person we learned has their own. They have their own mitzvah, right? Everyone has a mitzvah that's near and dear to them. Remember we said that, right? And we asked the question: how does one Jew fulfill the 613 mitzvahs? Most of the mitzvahs, a bulk of the mitzvahs in the Torah, have to do with living in the land, in the time where we had the Sanhedrin and so on, where we had Kohanim. There are mitzvahs to do with a Kohen. I can't do those mitzvahs. I'm not a Kohen, right? And there are mitzvahs for Leviim. I can't do those mitzvahs, right? A Kohen can't do the same mitzvahs necessarily of a Yisrael, right? It's different things. We have different things. So, it's incumbent upon me to keep the 613 mitzvahs. So how am I going to keep the 613 mitzvahs? I can't do it. If I can't, they don't pertain to me. So we said that any time all the mitzvahs are connected in this big bank. There's a big bank of all the mitzvahs, and any time you have your mitzvah, right, that's special to you, you can connect into that interface with your mitzvah. When you connect into that interface, now you're part of all of the mitzvahs. Right? The same that Rabbi is saying over here. If you connect to your flag, you connect to your Yiddishkeit, your connection to Hashem. Right? By you connecting to Hashem, you connect to everybody else that's connected to Hashem. You understand how it works? Each one, and we speak to each other. Today everything's with messages, right? But we have to speak to people. Pick up the phone, meet somebody, talk to the person face to face.
Hashem's on WhatsApp now.
Yeah. The WhatsApp is nice. You want to send, hey, I'll meet you in 10 minutes. Okay, to meet. I'll meet you in 10. Right? But that's what people are using today, right?
It doesn't always work though.
What?
You have to be looking at your WhatsApps all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes get WhatsApp and the person says, and it's like a day later. Okay, well, sorry about that.
I didn't look at my WhatsApp, right? How can you do that?
I want to create a new one that says, "What's up?"
What's up? Okay. Hashem is up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shezeh bechinas kedushas hadegolim. This is all connected to the holiness and why the flags were so important. Because it shows that each Jew is important. Each Jew is special. Each Jew is important. Gama degolim hein bechinas ramazim. The flags were also these ramazim. We said there are these hints. Right? Ramazim are the hints. There's different hints of finding Hashem and different hints of finding things of Hashem in the world. Right? So the flags is another example of the Ramazim. Ki hadegolim heim le'oisu l'simin l'remez l'kama devarim inyan hakibutz. Because the flags were there to hint to us all the different things that have to do with this gathering. How everybody is special and unique in that gathering. In that formation, we said Yaakov Avinu was the one that taught us how we're supposed to travel, right? Yaakov Avinu was the one that gave us the formation. He gave instructions to his sons when after he passes away, and they're going to carry up his body back to Israel from Egypt to Hebron to the Maras HaMachpelah, right? When they do that, they should all travel in this way. Isn't that amazing? He was giving them instruction how they should travel on the way to his funeral. Isn't that amazing? But that was the same formation that we did in the desert when we were traveling around the Mishkan. So there we were traveling around the Oren of Yaakov Avinu, right? We were traveling around the coffin, the Oren of Yaakov Avinu. Here we were traveling in the Mishkan. We were traveling around the portable the Mishkan. Okay. And we camped that way as well. Okay. Inyan tachsisei milchama sheyoidim anshe chayil umevinim kama v'kama ramazim hayadei adegolim. Oh, so you have your well here we could definitely relate to this now, right? Today each one of our plugot, right? Each one has their own flag, right? Is that how they do it, Yossi?
Yeah.
Right? Each one has their flag, and we could recognize the pluga. They put up their flag so that they could recognize. Oh, these are our guys. That's their flag. Is that how it works?
Yeah. I just saw. I don't know. It's just,
Please.
No, there's a very big like music festival in Norway or Belgium or something like that. It's actually the whole Halachos is to bring everyone together. That's the piece that like a million people.
Okay.
It's called Tomorrowland. But anyway, so a lot of Israelis go to this.
Okay.
A lot of Israelis go, and a couple of Israelis were just there, and they pulled out their Givati flag.
Yeah. From the group.
Someone saw it, okay, and was able to. They saw it on the video, and they're able to file a report with Interpol to say
The international police.
There's war criminals that are here, and
War criminals.
They're part of genocide. And they said this flag represents a unit that's killed so many people. They
the
all
flag.
talking about the flag.
All about the flag.
And then they got arrested and interrogated. And the cake staged an uproar, and they ended up getting released. But
You see all the flag. It's amazing. Wow. That's current events. That happened now. Wow. Kamera Mozam Aidea de Golem. Liiskabetz kol echad ve'echad lemachanehu uledigle. Oh, so now when they put up the flag, all the guys that are part of that group, they all know this is my flag, and then we all get together. We all go back to this group, right? That's how they do it, right? Right? All the guys, they were all out, all over. They had put the flag. They know this is the group, and we all group back together. What?
There's a sign language also, right, with the flags.
Sign language.
Yeah, like on the boats, on ships, on warships, they actually talk with flags.
Okay.
The Siman Loremes.
Yeah, similar remnants. Okay. By they roiva mulcham misnaiga yedea the golem shehem leoisel lesimin ayedei inyane akibutz lamulchama. Right, and it teaches them we have to go round yourself up. We're going out to war now. We're going to Nimzashad the golem heim bechinas ramazim. So you see the thing that the flag symbolizes. It hints to the people what they have to do. Right now it's time to gather, but it's just a flag. But it teaches you what to do. That's how we understand. We could look at another Jew the same way and notice there's so much beauty inside that other Jew, and I want to gravitate together with other Yidden, right? With other Jews. That's the main we can get the das together. When we get together and we speak to one another, we can get out this das that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is still with you. Right? Teach people that. Each one can stand up strong in their battle. It's fascinating. It's really fascinating how it worked. Wow, you're telling a story here that just happened with flags. It's truly amazing what we learn. How it's just wow. Thank you, Hashem Yisbarach. Really. Okay, now we're gonna go. Let's go to Nun Aleph, and this is really fascinating. Okay, this is back to the Medrash. Okay, Medrash Chazis on Shira. Okay, Nun Aleph. V'zeh shemaflik sham b'Medrash ma'oid b'shevach eitz zois shel hanesiim sheyisigu lahavi agolois v'shvorim losei says HaMishkan. So the Nesiim, especially, it really started with Yisachar, right, the Shevet, and they taught the Nesiim, and they came up with this idea that they should now carry the parts of the Mishkan through the desert as they travel. They should put it on wagons, right? Put it on wagons, and they should have oxen that run the wagons. Look at this. Moshe Rabbeinu he was a little nervous. This made Moshe Rabbeinu nervous, that he saw that they came up with this idea with the flags. Shema Ruach HaKodesh nistalka mimenu v'shar shasa ala nesiyim oy Shema Navi Echad Amad v'chidesh es halacha. He didn't understand. Wait a second. Hashem didn't tell me anything about this. I didn't hear anything about this. But it seems right. Moshe Rabbeinu said it doesn't seem like this is a bad thing. This is good too. So is there another Navi? Is there somebody else? Is Hashem replacing me? What's going on? He had no idea. Ad shamalei HaKadosh Baruch Hu shemi itam hayu advarim. It was from you. It was from you that they come up with this idea. Wow, isn't that amazing? So who gave us this? Who gave Yisachar this eitzah? Who gave them this advice? Who gave them this idea? Rab Simon Shiftoi shel Yisachar. Rab Simon says it was the shevet of Yisachar. Amar lahem hamishkan hazeh she'atem oisim peireach hu ba'avir. This Mishkan that you made, they made it with such holiness. They made it with such a level of holiness. The Mishkan itself wanted to gravitate up on high. It wanted to be porech. It wanted to gravitate up. Asuloi agolois kidei she'iyah niton bahem. Also make a wagon, something physicality of this world, and place it in there so it will stay in the wagon. So it won't gravitate up. We'll have the Mishkan. We want the Mishkan down here. That they understood, they had a certain sense of bina, of discernment. They had a certain sense of discernment for that time, where they recognized the situation, they recognized and they saw. They were so in tune with this, they saw that the things were just they wanted to gravitate upward. They were so holy. Holiness doesn't really have anything to do with this world, right? So it didn't want to stay in this world, but we needed the Mishkan in this world because we wanted to be able to connect the upper world together with the lower world. We needed that connection. So they said, okay, we'll take something physical of this world, of the Olam Asiyah, right? Something from this world, a wagon, right? And then we'll put an ox on it, right? To move the wagon, right? Something physical of this world, and then that was a great idea. So what happened? Malitim ladas ma yase Yisrael. What Yisrael should do? Ki Yisachar zeh b'chinas hatzadik emes. Yisachar is we know that we had the shutfas between Yisachar and Zvulun, right? And the Zvulun were the ones that went out to work, right? Samach Zvulun B'tzeisa, we learned about that, right? They were so happy when they went out because that's what they were able to do, right?
Yeah.
No. They were happy that they went out because they were happy that they were able to do what they can be, that they were able to be successful in, and their success was to go out and do business. Where Yisachar, they were doing better sitting in Beis Medrash. They were able to learn in Beis Medrash. So Zvulun was very happy that they made that partnership. We'll go out, we'll work, we'll support you. Right, we'll support you. We supporting you, and you have everything you need. We get a chelik in your Torah. So zenena v'zenena, right? Each one was benefited, right? So the tzaddik is the one that teaches us this idea of the darei mata, darei mala. He teaches us the idea there's down here and the upper world. Until he could wake up all of those that were very low, and the ones that are mamish in the lowest depths. They also can wake up to Hashem. What's the matter, Sasha? They can also wake up to Hashem Yisbarach. Ki adayin Hashem Yisbarach mi'itam is still together with them. Unbelievable. That's what the tzaddikim do, right? And that's what's incumbent upon us to do to everybody, to teach each and every person.
He's saying, hey, Yeah, I'm a big tzaddik. Yeah, all I do is learn Torah all day, and I help my brother support. And I know you got a real problem with this holy Shechina Mishkan that only wants to be up in Shemayim in the upper worlds. But I, as the tzaddik, I know how to bring this down. I know how to get into the nitty gritty of this world. I know how to go down to the dust, to the lowest of the low, to keep this thing down here. Me, the tzaddik, who's basically up there in Shemayim with the rest of you guys.
Right, but I'm going to ground myself.
I'm going to ground you. I know what to do.
I need to be down here in order to help the people. It's fascinating. Well, that you see with Moshe Rabbeinu, right? He went. Where do we know? Why do we read the Torah on Monday and Thursday? Because we know Moshe Rabbeinu went up every time on Thursday. He stayed in Shemayim through Shabbos, and he came back down on Monday. Right? Remember, that's how we do it. That's how we learn these things, right? So Moshe Rabbeinu was down in this world. He was up on high, and he came back down. He went up. He came down back. Right? He was the teacher. Moshe Rabbeinu was Rabban Shal Yisrael, right? This is the idea of Nisachar Shemaidia Lakol. Bechinas Yesh Sachar. Yisachar is nitric, and it's the what do you call it? The acronym of Yesh Sachar. The Bechinas Ki Yesh Sachar lePulasech v'Yesh Tikva laCharisech. You get schar for what you did. Don't forget. You know, everyone we know, look, Chazal tell us that even the Rasha is Malei Mitzvahs Karimai, right? The Rasha is Malei Mitzvahs Karimai. That's pretty good, right? You ever see how many seeds there are in a pomegranate? A rimon, right? You open up, there's a lot of seeds in there. So the Chazal say that the Rasha is even Malei Mitzvahs Karimai. Right? As many seeds as there are in a pomegranate, the Rasha has all of those. So you teach him, hey, wait a second. Yeah, you did all these things wrong, but look what you did do, right? And you get schar for what you did. You still get rewarded for what you did. Focus on the good. Don't focus on the bad. Focus on the good. Teaches him to focus on the good. Focus on what you accomplish. Yesh yisachar. Yesh schar. You have reward for what you've done. Don't discount it. Okay, as we're going to learn in Hilchos Petach Hamar, right? When it comes to redeeming the firstborn of the Chamar, right? So Rab Nosson, I just wanted to say, you may be wondering why is Rab Nosson telling you about Petach Hamar when we're learning here Hilchos Netilas Yadayim? But remember, Sonny, this is Hilchos Netilas Yadayim Vav, right? Now, what Rab Nosson did each time Rab Nosson would go through Shulchan Aruch, right? That was the first when he first started. That would be Halacha Aleph. So he went through Shulchan Aruch based on different lessons through Likutey Moran, through Sichas Haran, through Tzipuri Maisias, and he would write up his lessons based on those things. So when he in Petach Hamar, it may have been Aleph or Bey, right, where he talked about it. Now he's involved, so he could talk about what he did before. We didn't get to it yet, but we will get to it. You understand what I'm saying? Each time Rab Nosson, that's how this is where in Halacha Vav. So this was his sixth time around Shulchan Aruch writing about Netilas Yadayim. The sixth time around.
I don't understand that.
You know? Okay, fine. Yes, he went through Halacha Aleph. So he went through Shulchan Aruch. He did Yassi. He went through all Shulchan Aruch, and then all
Shulchan Aruch.
Okay, let me start again. The first time Rab Nosson sat down with the project of Likutey Halachos. Yeah. So he went as he was going through Shulchan Aruch, the whole Shulchan Aruch, all Chelkei Shulchan Aruch, right? So he wrote Likutey Halachos on all Chelkei Shulchan Aruch. The first round, that's Aleph. Then he started again. From the beginning.
Even though, so for example, Aleph is...
He didn't write Aleph, Beis, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vav together. Yeah.
So you're telling me that when he wrote...
No, stop.
I'm sorry, I'm very...
Right now, Yossi, we're in Halacha Vav.
Yeah,
take a look.
That's 6.
6. So that means it was his 6th time going through Shulchan Aruch.
The whole book of Shulchan Aruch?
Yes, all books of Shulchan Aruch.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, to write...
Right, Yossi, the first time he went through Shulchan Aruch, Likutey Halachos only had Aleph. Halacha Aleph on each halacha. It was only halacha aleph. Aleph, 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 aleph. This first time around. Then he finished doing it. That was all Likutey halachos.
So he wrote all of Likutey halacha
On aleph.
On aleph.
Then he finished. Now and we went back again. Now we're gonna do bays, and he did all the bases all across.
So is there an equal amount for every?
No.
So for example, how much is Vav? Zion?
No, so sometimes when he was in Likutey halachos, the base, and there's we have a lot of history based on what Rav Nosson was going through in his life. He focused on different things, right? He focused on different things while as he was writing Shulchan Aruch in that halacha. Okay, so I'm just trying to explain to you how he's talking, why he's talking to you about here Peter Rechem, Peter Chamor. Why is he talking about Peter Chamor in Hilchos? As you're going to see later on that I already wrote. What do you mean I already wrote it? If you're only here, no, I wrote it in a different halacha. You understand? I'm just trying to explain to you how it came from there. Okay? Do you follow now? Yeah. So in other words, he went through all Chelkei Shulchan Aruch. He went through all the Chalakim of Shulchan Aruch. Aleph. He finished. Now Likutey halachos only had halacha aleph on every chelik of Shulchan Aruch. Then he went back. He started again, and he did beis. He finished. He did gimel, dalet, hey, and so on. Okay, got it? Okay, that's how that worked. Okay. Ayin sham heitem mevoya sham ala pasuk zeh v'nei Yisachar yodeya vina leitim ladas ma yase Yisrael. Isn't that beautiful in the pasuk that Yisachar knew they had this special discernment, the bina, that special discernment, leitim of the time. Ladas ma yasa Yisrael. What do we need to do? What does Klal Yisrael need right now? And that's what the tzaddikim know what we need. That's why you have to follow Das Torah. Right? You follow Das Torah because Das Torah can tell you what you need for that time. Shatzadik b'chinas Yisachar shemeya kol halachas haTorah b'Yisrael kinesinosam b'Sinai, as if they were given on Har Sinai. K'moishe mevaya sham b'medrash al pasuk v'chol achayim al pihem. Shekol achayim hoyu maskimin. No, maskimin halacha al pihem. Everyone agreed to their halacha. Everyone agreed to whatever it was. We were all learning it, and we all came up to the same idea, and everyone was masking to it. Halacha l'Moshe Sinai, and the halacha that came from Yisachar was if it was halacha l'Moshe Sinai. Ad shemeya bevanim v'talmidim hischaskus otzim v'noirish hischasku kol yemeim v'hiteyem, that they should always stay strong all through their days and all through the times. B'chol ma sheyaver aleim shelo yiplu v'lo yisrachaku meHashem yisbarach l'yolam, to teach us what we need, so we should never find ourselves distant from Hashem. You follow? The tzaddikim are always there to teach us what we can stay strong if we follow the tzaddikim. That's the point, right? If you don't follow what they have to say, it's not going to help you. They're teaching it, but the question is, like, do you want to learn? Do you want to accept it? Right? Here's your mission if you wish to accept it. Right? It doesn't matter whatever happened to you in the past. Again, like we said, everything that happened to you only happened to you because Hashem wanted that to happen to you, to put you into the situation you are right now, to see how are you going to deal with this situation. Shezeo b'chinas v'nei Yisachar shehem habonim v'talmidim shel hatzadik. They are the sons and the students of the tzaddik. Who is that? Moshe Rabbeinu. Shenikra Yisachar. They're called Yisachar kigama talmidim. Nikroyim banim, right? We know the fact that also Talmidim are also called banim, right? The Talmud, the student of a rabbi is also considered as a child, right? We know that, right? They had this special discernment of the time, what they needed. Sheyoidim binel is boinein leitim shehem haitim sheoivrim aleim. Asher al zeh tzok David biyotcha itoisai hatzileni from the times, save me. David HaMelech said, save me from the time, right? David HaMelech had a lot of difficulties in his life. Wow. Unbelievable. David HaMelech had a lot of trouble in his time. Right? Each one of us can relate to the different things that happen to us physically and spiritually. Big goof, we're relating to any kind of health issues, nefesh, anything of spirituality, of a moment, any kind of financial difficulties that people may find themselves. B'parnasa, v'gidol bonav, b'katnusam, u'v'gadlusam. Whether it's talking about parnasa or raising your children, when they're small, the trouble they give you, and then the bigger trouble they give you as they get older, right? Right? We all know, we can all understand that, right? Right? That's part of life. That's life, right? Kama mine tsaris mitzaris shaynos. How many different difficulties, problems, and pains, and different things that are just so wide range. There's such a wide range of them. V'kama Yeshuas v'chasadim v'niflois Hashem Yisbarach Oizer loy b'chol pam. And how HaKadosh Baruch Hu is always there. He's always there saving us and helping us each and every time. B'frat being Kedushas Yadusai Shezeh Eker. The main thing is about when He helps us with our Yiddishkeit. He helps us to stay connected to Him. How HaKadosh Baruch Hu helps us. He's there helping every single one of us. V'ze'ikar Rachmanis al Nefesh Yisraeli. That's the main Rachmanis that you can have for a Jew. Right? In other words, we all can have Rachmanis. You see a person is sick and the person has financial. We have Rachmanis for that. But if the person is a Balavei Chas v'shalom, you should have more Rachmanis on that than you should even if the person's sick. Because that's going to hurt him not only in this world, that hurts him in the next world as well. You want to say something, David?
No, that's referring to what? What hurts him more in the next world?
If you see somebody in this world, right, we all could relate to somebody who is sick, right? So you could relate and you have compassion on the person, right? If the person has financial problems, you can have compassion. But how many times do we have compassion on a person that doesn't know about Hashem? How many times do we have compassion? But that's the main place we're supposed to have compassion. Because that's going to hurt the person not just in this world, but in the next world for all eternity. And then within these things I just spoke to you about, this includes all aliyahs, yeridas, everything of all people. Ki saif kol saif, la yisha mimenu klum, ki yemashe yizgaber bechazda yizbarach lihi notzel ulahamlit mipach yoikshim. Right? Whenever we can save ourselves from falling into the garbage, right? Okay. Me'ametzuda ha'prusa al kol ha'chayim. Of the Yetzer Hara of all of our lives, right? It's called the Mitzuda ha'prusa. Okay, that's the Yetzer Hara al kol ha'chayim. Uvechol eis ve'eis, she'oiver ala adam, bein betuvay uvein ba'okai. Whether the person is in a good state or he's in a state of tsaras. Chas v'shalom. Bein b'aliyah, bein b'yerida. Or the person is going through an aliyah, or he stumbled, he fell down. B'kula meya b'hem atzadik, b'chinas yisachar sheyedu eitzes malases. The tzaddikim can give a person eitzes, they give advice, what they need at that time. It doesn't matter where they're holding, whether they're holding up very high or they're holding low. Shezeu bechinas hapasuk v'nei Yisachar yadei bina leitim sheyadim bina me'adas haramazim shel hatzadik shemeir bahem. Because again, they were connected to Moshe Rabbeinu, they were connected to the Torah, and therefore they have a certain understanding. And that's why you ask it. When you want to get advice, you go to Das Torah. Why do you go to Das Torah? Because they are connected to the Torah, to the true Das. And the Das Torah that's truly connected can give you the idea of Das Ma Yasa Yisrael, what Klal Yisrael needs. Sheyedu b'chol haitim sho'evim aleim ma yasu v'ma yachnu yechayu. al es atzman ba'oifin sheyashiru al omdam v'layipulu v'layisrachaku li'olam. That we shouldn't fall away, we shouldn't stumble, and we should always mamish be very, very, very successful. Should we try to finish this piece? Can we finish? Maybe we should stop. What do we do?
It's pretty long.
So we want to stop over there?
Yeah, we'll stop here.
V'zeh b'chinas yodei avina le'item. Okay, v'zeh yodei b'chinas le'item. Okay. You know where we are now?
He's Neruah, V'chol Adam Kamar.
This is the video verse from the sons of Yisachar, those who have understanding.
Yeah, you're making a mark? You're making a mark there? Okay, good. Okay, so we'll stop. What? What's that?
I know where we are now, we have to remember where we are.
Yeah, so he's making a mark. Okay, good. And I have it on my book also. Okay, Baruch Hashem. Okay,
I'm everywhere.
so just remember Hashem is still with you. You learned it from Yisachar. Yisachar yesh schar. Yesh schar. Okay. Let's see, we're learning now Hilchis, we're in Kitzur Shulchan Aruch, in Siman Chav Beis 22, and today we are up to letter Tes, right? Up to Tes? All right, so let's see. Okay, the Tes. Okay, V'sheni v'chamishi lefi shehem yemei Ratzon. Here we go. How do you like that? The days of Ratzon. Remember, we're learning about Ratzon, right? So Monday and Thursday are days of Ratzon. How do you like that? Yossi, is that nice? Come on. Right, days of Ratzon. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Ki ba'arbaim yoim shel Kabbalas luchai shniyas ola Moshe Rabbeinu b'yoim chamishi v'yared b'yoim sheni. I was telling you that before, right? Moshe Rabbeinu would go up to Shemayim to get the second set of luchas, right? Moshe Rabbeinu would go up to Shemayim on Thursday. He would stay there through Shabbos. He would come back down on Monday. He was here Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday, we go back up again. And therefore, when it comes to Monday and Thursday, we say a longer tachnun. Because we're asking Hashem with more supplication. We're asking Hashem to help us more. We say the tachnun, we stay it standing. Now that's if you can. If the person is not well, he has leg problems, whatever it is, you can't sit. If you're healthy and well, stand. Okay? Though someone shouldn't think, well, I have to say it standing. The guy can't stand. Okay? You can say it the way you can. The Torah is v'chai b'hem. Right? You live by the Torah. You don't, okay. V'tzarech lo'oimrei b'kavona u'v'mesinus derech tachnunim. Well, that would be the day, right? Say the words as you're saying supplication. You're begging Hashem. You're asking Hashem to help us, save us, Hashem. So do you want to say take your time. Take your time.
Save us, Hashem.
No. No, really. I mean, I don't understand it. Okay, whatever. It is what it is. Yeah.
When I just got married and we were by YU. So I learned by Rav Reifman Senior, right? Hashi?
Okay.
Yes. He told me, the younger generation, the way they daven, they were told Mincha, like 9-11 minutes. He said, my time, they had you daven Mincha for 50 minutes. That's 15 minutes. It would the way he davens like 15 minutes. That's his Mincha.
15 minutes.
15.
Okay.
He told me, I remember the grandparents, the people, the generation before.
30 minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nowadays, ADD or whatever it's called, ADHD, whatever it's. You have no attention. It's just like this.
Yeah. Okay, listen.
Well, at least they're doing something by saying the words.
At least it's something.
Right.
I think somebody timed them and said it's impossible for them to even see all the ashrei in the seconds that they're saying it.
And you can scan it. You can't say the words.
You can scan it. You can't say it.
Right. I would like that the Shliach Tzibur has to get up there and say the words.
Right.
I challenge any of them. I challenge any of these guys to actually say word by word.
Right.
They won't be able to do it. Some of these places you go to Ma'ariv, they do Ma'ariv in like 4 minutes. It's amazing, right? Yossi, you see that?
Maybe we're on a higher level.
Oh yeah. Right. That's it. Yeah. Uvayamim she'ein oimrim tachna and ein oimrim oisai. And the days when you say don't take tachna, you don't. Okay, fine, got it. Okay, let's just finish up now. We'll finish up Yud, and then tomorrow we're going to start the laws of Kriyas HaTorah, Sefer Torah. Okay, so Yud la'achat tachna and oimrim chatzi kaddish. Here we go. Listen, right after tachna, we always say a half a kaddish. Uv'sheni v'chamishi oimrim kel erech apayim mu'umad. You say the kel erech apayim mu'umad masai ein oimrim. Then you can look up. You'll see later lekayman simin chav hey simin beis masai ein oimrim oisai. Okay, fine. So this is Hilchos Tachnon, and tomorrow Mi'etz Hashem we're going to start Chav Gimel Kitzatz Dinei Kriya Sefer Torah. So everyone, thank you for coming today and listening, and everyone have a wonderful day. We should have B'Sara Torah.